Welcome back, my library friends. It's Rhonda here once again from the Salem, Ohio Public Library. I want you to learn today about using your smartphone camera. So we're going to go over some basics of what those icons are on your camera when you open the camera app on either your Android or your Apple phone. Now keep in mind that as we go through this, your user interface for the camera might look just a little bit different depending on the type of phone you have and how old or new that phone is. So if you don't see things lining up exactly the way they are on your specific phone, at least you can learn a little bit about the different icons and you can find them wherever they may be located on your camera interface. So the first thing we're going to start out with is just a brief overview of what some of those icons are. As you can see in this photo here, there's a nice little layout that shows you about the flash, night mode, live photos, focus area, and so on. So here I've provided a list for you in case you want to do a little extra Googling after the video. Now you'll know exactly what they're called as far as the name of the icon on the camera. So we're just going to go over a few of these today, and then next week I'll go ahead and wrap up with the rest. But the first thing I want to talk about is the flash. Now, most of us are familiar with the flash, and we know that you can sometimes turn it on, you can turn it completely off, or you can set it for an automatic mode, which is usually the default. Now, just a little information about the flash. The flash is a device that emits light momentarily. You can use the flash's light to compensate for the lack of brightness when shooting in a dimly lit situation, such as indoors or night scenes. Thanks to the instant exposure, using the flash can also be effective to prevent camera shake and subject blur. And one other thing I want to mention about the flash that not many people know, that I've recently learned myself, is that you should actually use the flash during the day sometimes. Sometimes when you're using your camera's flash, you can improve a photo, but rarely does it do so at night because dark shots reveal a much sharper contrast against your phone's flash. It can make any flash look invasive and uneven. In already well-lit spaces, however, a flash can help to soften some dark shadows behind or beneath your main subject. So when you frame your next shot, be sure to look on the ground or against vertical surfaces for any dark shadows you might want to remove. If you see any, flip on the flash manually in your camera app. Setting your phone's camera's flash to auto won't always guarantee that your phone will notice the shadows you want to get rid of. So just remember to turn the flash off again when you're done. Next, we're going to discuss night mode. Night mode takes photos in the dark, and it's perfect for a nighttime shooting session. It can produce vivid images without the camera's flash. Essentially, Android night mode, or whatever your manufacturer might call it, uses artificial intelligence to analyze the scene you are trying to photograph. The phone will consider multiple factors such as light, the phone's movement, and the movement of objects being captured. In essence, it reduces the light emitted by device screens while maintaining the minimum color contrast ratios required for readability. Both iPhones and Android handsets offer system-wide dark modes. However, you will still need to set up dark mode on some individual apps. If you're curious about either of these features or any of the other ones that I haven't quite gotten to in today's video, just a reminder that the library does have a lot of books on iPads or products such as any Apple products, and we also have some books on Android, and we have them both in person and as ebooks on our Libby app website. So if you need a little help with that, just feel free to call the library and somebody can help kind of guide you through that. I hope this was a little bit helpful for you today, and although these are two of the most basic features on the phone, it is kind of nice to understand a little more about what they do and how they function. So please join me next week when I discuss some of the other elements of your camera, and I hope everyone has an excellent day.